Alright, over here at the right position, we have our red Zerg hailing from Slayers. Currently tied 1 apiece. Final game.
Slayers YugiOh.
I just look at his face and I can't handle it. There he is. And over here in the left position, we have our blue Zerg. Will he drop out of Code A after just getting in?
Curious.
And for anyone that doesn't know, those are the Korean Code A commentators.
Alrighty, so this is the final game in this series. Curious did come through the Code A qualifiers, a very tough feat in itself. Just having a look here, I believe, who did he take out in the Code A? I believe it was I Am Horror.
Yep.
To actually get through here.
Horror, a very nice Zerg from the IM team, so Curious has a lot of experience in this ZVZ matchup.
Me and Wolf talk about this a lot. The Code A qualifiers are so tough these days.
Yes. Pretty much after Season 1, they've been tough ever since.
Yeah.
One of the hardest tournaments around. Even sometimes you get harder matchups in the qualifier than you do in Code A. We saw Dong Regu, a very nice Zerg player, actually get knocked out of the Code A qualifier.
By OGS Hero as well.
Yep.
And recently, unfortunately, due to MMA's results, will actually be back there. So it's even tougher.
Yeah. Scares me because MMA actually knocked me out of the January qualifier. I would have been in Code A if it weren't for MMA.
Alright, so looking at these builds, both of them choosing to be to put their pulls down earlier this time. No one wants to go for that fast expand. They both lost their games when they did that.
Yep, so both going for the early Zergling control, trying to just see how this is going to change the matchup a little bit.
Noticing here, YugiOh has kept his drone. Oh, right as I say that, he pulls his drones off the gas. Right as I say that. I just assumed that he was going to keep him there because as we can see here, Curious has got 0 gas left, only wanted that speed. YugiOh a little bit later on that.
Yep. So that is going to be interesting. YugiOh has the 35 extra gas. He's not really going to be able to do a whole lot with that, so...
Oh, but here we go. Curious has put his drones back on gas now.
I wonder if that's in response to some sort of scouting that he did.
Well, we do see the expansion go down here now for YugiOh. Curious has seen it with his scouting overlord. The Lings are going to start to punch on in the middle of the map next to this Zelnaga tower.
A little bit of a Zergling engagement. Having control of these Zelnaga towers, which didn't exist in the previous version of the map, really helps you to know exactly where you...
Oh, he's actually going to lose this overlord here for Curious down at the front. The Queen will eventually taste it down, but he's actually cancelled his expansion and thrown down a Baneling Nest. Just having a quick look. Did he actually see the Baneling Nest? He did not from Curious. That is an ESP read right there.
Yeah, very nice. He knows that Curious did scout the expansion, so he's probably assuming that Curious is going to counter by going Baneling.
Oh, the Queen! The Queen is off creep yet again. It's getting surrounded by the Zerglings. There's no backup here for YugiOh. He's going to go and try and take... They're always off the creep. Always.
I don't know why. But this is actually really bad for YugiOh.
Oh, he's going to get his revenge here. But no, a whole heap of Lings actually spawned at the perfect time to save that Queen there for Curious. There are still more Lings here for YugiOh, but the Queen is going to back up. He does see that that Baneling Nest has finished. 4 Banelings being morphed here by Curious over on the left down near YugiOh's base. All his Lings are in the wrong position. There's no Queen either. There's only 1 Spine Crawler.
But he is looking like he's going to be able to do a counterattack. He has a lot of Lings by the base of Curious. They are some morphing into Banelings as well.
He's actually going to get him before they morph. He's focusing down 1. Is he going to get the second one? No.
He doesn't get the second one, but he does run into the mineral line. He's pulling those drones off the line without killing any. Still a really nice maneuver because it prevents the mining time from Curious.
And here we go. We do have that Queen stuck in the position here as well. We do not see Curious going into the base just yet. Drones going down.
And a lot of drones bunching up right now. That was not good for Curious.
No, it wasn't, but he still does have that Queen, and it's now his turn to go through with it. We do have 2 Banelings. He's waited a little bit too long there. Got his Lings straight through. 1 Baneling goes... Oh, he's going to try and get all the Banelings. All the Banelings for Curious have gone down, but he does still have a few Lings, but he is only 1 drone down.
He's only 1 drone down. There are a lot more Lings on the field for YugiOh, but the supplies are actually even right now. The Queen for Curious is quite hurt. It will come into play later on, but he has lived to see another day and spit on his layer a bit more.
Curious was just focused so much on his own base that he just didn't move those Lings. If he'd moved them a little bit sooner, because those 2 Banelings morphed right as they got to that door, and it looks like YugiOh's also taking his natural now as well.
Yeah, YugiOh feeling pretty confident after that battle. He's not very far ahead, but it gives him enough to be able to get that expansion down. He also knows that he has the exact same tech as Curious, so he is going to be able to defend any sort of aggression from Curious.
We do see a Spine Crawler going down for Curious as well. He really does like his Spine Crawlers.
Yeah, and except for last game, they proved to be very useful.
They kept him alive for a long time. They just couldn't handle the Roach numbers near the end. So we do have Curious now trying to get 3 Lings for 1 Baneling. Not as much as he wanted. We do still have that Queen. All those Banelings go down. We do have 4 Lings here in the mineral line, though. He's going to get surrounded by all these drones.
Yeah, and they are going to take down 1 drone, but not too many. Actually getting wasted.
Yeah. He does still see that this expansion is just about to go up. He has the Overlord in the right position. Maybe trying to bait another Queen off the creep. There it goes.
The Queen and the Spine Crawler, if he attacked right now with Lings, he would be able to do a lot of damage.
He doesn't actually have... he has 1 Ling right now.
All right. You could try to get us around. Just a little hug on the Queen with that.
But he is morphing quite a few Banelings in here as well. He's got 1 Baneling going in the front. Oh! Did he explode that?
Yeah, he got scared.
Yeah.
That'd be a bad attribute for Banelings to have.
Yeah.
It's like fainting goats.
Alright, so we do have this expansion up now here for YugiOh. I like how YugiOh is keeping it. Oh, he's going to get all the... Ooh, more Lings going into the main here. Loses all his Lings. Oh, there we go. Does clean up all the nice Banelings coming in from there, but we're going to see a 1 base lair. Did that actually start before YugiOh got cleared out? Yes, it did. Ooh. So he does see what's going on there. Curious knows that there's an expansion up.
He knows there's an expansion, so he knows he's behind in both Larva and Income right now. But he is just going to go for that lair, try to get up the fast tech, and then see if he can go for some sort of timing push.
We do have more Lings into the bank. See, he's seeing exactly what's going on. That 1 Queen still. No, he's not even trying to go for that expansion. He realizes that YugiOh's been on him all game. He's not allowed to get in there. And we do see an Overlord coming through as well to see if that lair is going to be cancelled.
Yep, and maybe he's just trying to bait this Queen away from the lair a little bit. Lair coming out from YugiOh. He does know that he does need to get those upgrades up. He has the economic lead. He needs to make sure he doesn't fall too far behind in other areas of the play. A few Zerglings poking in here. Just check out how many drones are going on. See if he can take down 1 or 2 of them.
Leaves 1 on 1 health and then goes off into the main.
Yep.
But we do have another counter attack here by YugiOh. There's quite a few Banelings in defense, but he's still no chance to get out of that 1 base. We do have that Spire going down. He's banking up. He's only got about 200 gas though, so this is going to be very difficult for Curious. He needs to bank as much gas as he can.
More Banelings. We're going to try to take out the Banelings of YugiOh, but decided to back off and save the gas for a little bit later. The Spine Crawler doing exactly what it needs to, defending the main choke of Curious. However, it is on very, very low health, so a Zergling running in here could be able to take it out quite nicely. Only 14 health on it. Yeah,
Curious has done an amazing job of defending all of this. However, YugiOh does have almost 500 gas banked up. Looking here, he is going through a Hydra Den. He's going to expect mutas coming off this 1 base.
Yep.
So Curious in a very bad spot right now.
Yeah, Curious is going to be able to get these Mutalists out and be able to take map control back like he did the first game, but the thing is those Hydras are going to come out from YugiOh. YugiOh also has the expansion lead right now, so it's going to be very difficult. A lot of Banelings coming in here. A few of them are going to skirt past. They are going to get... Oh, they are going to take down that first Spine Crawler of Curious. 1 Baneling getting in to be able to take... This is not going to be good.
Oh, a lot of those drones on red health. What YugiOh really needed right then is like 1 or 2 Lings to come and just one-shot them all.
Yeah. Or a single Baneling will be able to take down about 15 drones right now.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I think
we do see a counterattack. More Lings coming through at the main here, but we do see some Banelings coming into the natural. One! Blow up!
Please! So that does even out a little bit. It is 28 drones to 27. YugiOh still ahead by 1. However, he does have that expansion lead going on. We do have 5 Mutalisks coming out, but they're going to be fighting against 4 Hydralisks. So if YugiOh can keep his Hydralisk in the right spot, he will be able to push these Mutalisks back. And the only advantage they will give is map control.
This is what he needs, though. He needs to get YugiOh back in his base so he can safely expand. He's thrown down that expansion now. He really needs that up and running. He's kept up in the drone count. He's actually about 8 behind now, just simply because if he oversaturates anymore, it's just going to be pointless.
Yep.
He's doing well. He's got both those Queens ready to go. But here we go for the Mutalisk. Coming into the main now, we do see a Spore Crawler going down. It's not complete yet. Only 1 Queen. We do have 6 Mutas in production, but he's actually taking out quite a few drones here, doing the best he can. He's going to have to back off now that the Hydras are coming through, getting as many drones as he can, trying to even up the score here. He's doing a good job, but he's still about 6 drones behind.
Yeah, and those Hydras are extremely fast on creep, so they are able to dart back and forth between the natural and the main. although these Mutalisks are just going to keep them running back and forth so that he is constantly occupied, doesn't move out. As you were saying before, it does give him the ability, it does give Curious the ability to get up a safe expansion, which he's doing right now, and can move over some of that.
Well, that's what he needed. That was the one thing that he was missing from this matchup until now, and hopefully he can catch back up. They are still pretty even on the supply. These Mutas doing a great job, just bouncing back and forth, keeping him inside his base, not allowing him to move. And we do see a Roach one going down now for YugiOh as well.
Yeah, the Roach and the Hydra mix is a very, very strong combination. The Roaches are good at tanking the damage, while the Hydras do a ton of damage, especially against these Mutalisks here.
Coming in yet again, just keep great control by these Mutas here for Curious. Has he even lost one yet?
He has not lost one. A few are getting pretty low. They are just darting in, trying to do a little bit of damage, and again, keep these Hydras occupied.
Doing a great job. We do have those Spore Crawlers in the mix here. Actually, no, he killed one of the Spore Crawlers. Oh, there's more Banglings going down at the natural that we missed on camera there for a second, but a lot of them are on low health yet again. We got these Mutas probably going to come in and pick those off, trying to pick off this Overlord, and oh, did he see those Banglings running off the creep? He did. He's going to be able to pick off those 1, 2, 3 Banglings go down. That is exactly what he needed. He's also getting +1 attack and Roach speed. He really doesn't want to feel like this much longer.
No, he does not. This is actually really good for Curious to come back in this game. He is down by 20 supply, but he is going to be able to take out a bunch of these Overlords that we're trying to get on the map. Maybe throw YugiOh into the red so he can't get any more reinforcements for a little while.
Does lose one of those Mutas. He's got to be careful. The Hydras are catching up. Loses a second Muta, but he does get that Queen.
He does get the Queen, not a very expensive unit, but the thing is it prevents the larva count for YugiOh, so he can't get a lot of the reinforcements that he needs. However, the main force of YugiOh is going to try to go for a little push right now. He's moving across he's got no Hydras in production, so he's actually going to be quite weak against a Mutalisk counterattack by Curious.
He is, but it looks like Curious is going to try and defend with the Spine Crawlers, work through all those Roaches, and try and find a way to bring those Banglings in from the back, because they do actually work a lot better against Hydras than people think.
Yeah, those Hydras are light units. Banglings do extra damage to light units.
And of course, being off creep, they will be able to catch up to him eventually because they are ridiculously slow. And he's trying to hide those Banglings at the back there. We do have Overlords. Here we go. The Banglings walking straight forward. He's trying to... Nice split here by YugiOh.
A nice split by YugiOh. Those Banglings didn't do a whole lot of damage, but his force is going to be fine. He's moving in with a lot of Roaches, a lot of Hydras. They are going to be able to take down these Spine Crawlers quite easily. And with that, Curious is really going to need a lot of reinforcements to be able to defend against this.
Oh, here we go. We got the 2 Mutas. They are focusing down those Hydras. There's only 2 Spine Crawlers left, 1 in the mineral line as well. The drone's being pulled. These Roaches are doing so much damage. It's not what he needed. He's going straight into the main as well. He's going to get the Queen at the main hatchery. There's nothing he can do about that. He really needs to get rid of these Roaches. We've got more Roaches streaming across the map. 5 more Mutas in production as well. But he's losing so many drones, he might actually not be able to catch back up. And he's finally got some Lings out as well.
If he can successfully defend against this, he is going to have a large Muta force that he can counterattack with. YugiOh has been focusing mainly on Roaches, however, he is getting 10 Hydralisks, knowing that the only really chance for Curious to come back into this is a really strong counter push with those Hydras. There are still a ton of Roaches, so YugiOh is safe on the ground as well.
So these Roaches are being forced back. Muta's chasing down, doing as much damage as they can. He's actually only 7 drones behind in total. But the overall supply, he does not have anywhere near the army size he wants. He's going to be able to pick off a few of these Hydras while they are off creep, keep those Hydra numbers down.
That's exactly what he needs, but as soon as he sees these Hydra reinforcements, he is going to be forced to back off. He's going to try to get some drones back up, but he's not looking in the best shape right now.
No, he really needs some Roaches to be able to go toe-to-toe with this force here. He lost a lot of those Spine Crawlers. He's rebuilding quite a few. Darting back and forth with his Mutas yet again. Both these guys are going to mine out in their mains fairly shortly, so one of them... Oh, he does lose one Muta in that engagement, but it's really these Roaches he's got to worry about.
Yeah, the Roaches are the strong force on the ground. The Hydras are there just to keep the Mutalisks away from the Roaches. But those Roaches, since they do have so much armor, they do have so much health, it's very difficult for those Hydras to take them out in a straight head-to-head fight. You see that a lot in Zerg versus Protoss as well. If you do get a huge Roach army, you can just push in for the kill.
Here we go, he's going for it again. Oh my god, all these Lings, what are they doing? We do have about 5, 6, 7 Spine Crawlers, 5 done. 2 in production. He's trying to focus down these Roaches as best he can. And here come the Banelings. They're coming through, doing a lot of damage to those Roaches. There's not enough Mutalisks to be able to deal with all these Hydras. The Mutas are absolutely melting, but there are still a lot of Spine Crawlers there. More Roaches, but Curious calls GG.
Wow.
Intense game.
Very intense game. A lot of back and forth there. It's interesting where they both had the same build in game 1 and 2, just reversed. And then in game 3, they both started out the same. but YugiOh was able to get that first expansion up a little bit later, and that really gave him the advantage moving into the mid to late game against Curious.
Yeah, taking nothing away from Curious, though, he's an extremely strong Zerg player. We've seen him in the Team League. I'm sure we'll see him back here very shortly.
Yeah, he is going to get knocked down to Code B, but he has been knocked down to Code B many, many times and come back up. He's a very diligent player.
He's just on the edge. He needs to just find that one win. He was one map away. It was an extremely close game as well.
And his I don't know.
I don't know what he needs to do. Something has to change.
We'll see. He'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Oh, of course. Well, he does have an amazing team that he's on.
Yes.
They do help him very much. He's got July to work from as well. July in Code S at the moment. We'll see how he goes from there. But I think we're going to go into a 5-minute break very shortly. And then who comes next?
Ooh, I don't know. Is it Slayer's Boxer?
No. Or? You'll find out.
The person that everyone is here waiting for,
yes.
The Swedish Terran player, Jinro.
He will be facing off against Shiny Star.
Shiny Star, not a player that's been in the GSL quite yet, but a lot of good play so far that we have seen. He did take out, who was it in the qualifier?
He actually took out OGS, the STC, in his final round of Code A qualifier. So normally I'd say, oh, he must have got an easy bracket, but when you see STC's name there, you go, oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah. STC, a very strong Terran player from OGS, practices with Jinro. Team Liquid stays in the OGS house. If anyone out there is just starting to get into StarCraft 2, Team Liquid and Jinro have been here for a very long time. Jinro was here for the first qualifier of GSL.
Yes, he has. He's been here the whole time.
Yep. Didn't qualify for the first 2 GSLs, but after that, he did extremely well, making it to the top 8, I believe, or top 4.
Yes.
In one of the GSLs and doing extremely well. He was in Code S up until this season. Going to try to reclaim it, and we'll see if he can continue that trend right now.
Yep. It will be a very hard road, though. Even though it is Code A, the lower code, it's still extremely strong players.
Yeah, because the game is new, a lot of players are still coming into it. Some players are transferring over from Brood War, and it takes them a little while to adjust to the different gameplay mechanics of StarCraft 2. But once they figure it out, they start excelling very, very quickly. So as you were saying, Code A is extremely competitive right now.
Absolutely. It's something that can't be stressed enough, though, because we don't see as many players as we want to over here in Korea. And there are a lot of players who can be here if on the day things go their way.
Yep.
So we're going on to a 5-minute break. We'll be right back with Jinro versus Shiny Star.